Hey there, folks. Welcome back to Shits and Cardboard. Today we're covering our top 5 games of 2023.
Yes, we are.
It's an exciting time. We're running a bit late. I apologize. It's because I came down with a respiratory infection, so Jeff had to avoid the house for 5 to 7 business days.
Yes, I did.
But we are finally here, and we're here to tell you our top 5 games. There's a couple surprises in there, I promise you. We also have a couple honorable mentions. Stick around. We'll catch you in a second. Okay, so before we start, just a couple caveats to clear the air and level set. We haven't played every single game that came out in 2023.
Yeah.
There's a couple that we know are going to be probably on this list. We just haven't gotten around to them yet. Things like Dune Imperium Uprising or Nucleum, for example. Also, we didn't include any of the recreations or the reimaginations. So things like Castles of Burgundy Deluxe Edition or Raw. These are all games that are fresh to the year and came out this year. But yeah, with that, Jeffrey, you're going to start us off. What is your number 5 game of 2023?
Okay, so my number 5 game of 2023 is from Stonemaier Games, and that is Expeditions.
There you go.
This is a fantastic game. It's card-driven exploration, deck building, and just like awesome worker placement game. You're trying to get Guile, and you're trying to move around the map and just get as many points as you can, and just become an awesome mech driving lunatic out in the wastelands and everything. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. We've played this probably about 4 or 5 times, something like that, and I can't wait to get it to the table again. It's a great game. Very happy with it. Loved it from my first play. So yeah, that's my number 5, Expeditions.
Well done.
Yeah.
Okay, so my number 5 is a cool little abstract 2-player game. I think it'll probably win 2-player game of the year. If it was me, it would win 2-player game of the year. It is Lacuna.
This is a great game.
Lacuna comes in a little tube. Basically, you have this little playmat that you sprawl out. You just sprinkle your flowers along that playmat and then slowly put your pieces out trying to claim those flowers.
Yeah.
The playmat's just a lake.
Yeah.
It's really fun. It's really thinky. It plays in like 15-20 minutes or less.
And it teaches so fast. Quickly.
It's not a heavy game by any stretch of the imagination, but it's just fantastic. Yeah, Lacuna.
I just played it for the first time. Otherwise, it would have been on my list. I don't have enough plays, so it wouldn't have been like a legitimate thing to include.
Yeah,
so
that's fair.
But it's a great game. So
absolutely. Yeah. Next, I'll go again because we're gonna do a snake draft. I think. My next one is it's a tableau building, like kind of like engine building game. Basically, it's a symmetrical play. It's on most people's game of the year lists. Let's say. And it is Earth from Inside Up Games. This game is awesome. It's it's so thinky. It doesn't have a moment of downtime.
Yeah, no downtime whatsoever.
As engine building games go, I really, really love this one.
Yeah, it's really, really good. It's one of my favorites.
The table presence as well, with like the pieces that build up.
I love how the trees build and everything. And like vertically, it's so cool.
The point saladness of it all, like the fact that you get hit with constant dopamine hits because you're getting point salad like crazy.
Oh, this thing activates, and then this thing activates, and then I can get these, and then I can grow some more sprouts, and I can build up my tree. Yeah,
it's just so good. Anyway, that is my number 4, Earth.
Cool. That's awesome. Okay, so my next game here is going to be Beast. Beast is probably my favorite hidden movement game to date. This thing is awesome. I love the theme. I love the one versus many aspect of it. Everything about this game is so much fun. You're constantly, whether you're playing the Beast or you're playing the Hunters, you're just running around the map trying to figure out where each other is, where the Beast is if you're playing the Hunters, and trying to eliminate them, but you're constantly worried that they're going to get ahead of you. It's tense all the time. It's just a ton of fun. There's a variability between each of the different Hunters. Yeah, it's an awesome game. It's beautiful too. Yeah. The artwork definitely brings me into this game and just is very immersive. Great game.
I like the card drafting a lot too. It's really cool.
The card drafting is
really cool hidden movement thing to do, but yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome. Beast, my number 4. Great game. Pick. Definitely try it if you haven't yet.
Number 3, Jeffrey.
Okay, so my number 3 is a hand management open market order fulfillment game, and that game is beautifully designed. It is Distilled. Distilled is fantastic. The theme is really, really cool. Essentially, you are a person who has inherited a distillery from one of your relatives, and you're trying to bring it back up to the way it used to be and make it as profitable as possible. So essentially, you're going to be using the cards in your hand, which are ingredients and upgrades and stuff like that, to distill all kinds of different alcohols, either ones that are really quick but not very profitable, kind of like moonshine and vodka, or you're going to be aging stuff like rum and whiskey to try and score more points towards the end of the game. But those take more time, and you can't cash them in as quickly as you want to. Yeah. And you need the money from selling those different goods to buy more ingredients and higher quality ingredients. And yeah, it's just so well designed. It's so much fun. It plays 1 to 5 players. Yeah, we had a great time with this one.
Yeah, I love this.
It's really, really good. It almost made my number 2, but another game edged it out. So you guys will see what that one is shortly. So yeah, Distilled, my number 3.
You can actually just keep that box out. My number 3 is also Distilled.
Yes,
so to add to what Jeffrey said, Distilled is really, really good. So
yes,
fair point. Distilled is a game where you are basically just pulling ingredients from a market to make various liquors. The deck building mechanism where you pull 2 cards out, then whatever you have left is what you make is really cool. The ability to upgrade your distillery is super cool.
Yeah, there's some really cool upgrades.
Asymmetric start with the various different characters and their signature drinks and stuff is super cool.
Yeah, it is.
The fact that this is the first game coming out of this publishing company, it doesn't feel that way. The game is really well refined. But yeah, I don't know. My number 3 as well is Distilled. And we are jumping into my number 2 next. So
yes.
Now, my number 2 is just like a staple in the board gaming world. It is the newest edition in a trilogy of these games. It is by Alexander Pfister, and it is Great Western Trail, New Zealand.
Very good.
In Great Western Trail, New Zealand, you are doing the usual taking cows to the capital city, but in this case, you are taking sheep.
Yes.
It is based in New Zealand. The deck building is fantastic. It introduces this new concept called shearing, where the sheep aren't just good for selling at the capital city. They're also good for shearing the wool off and selling the wool separately. There's lots of great options in terms of competitive avenues in this game, which the original game was kind of more closed into just building. Basically, throughout the game, you'll be adding various sheep to your deck or various abilities, and then your deck will become stronger and stronger. And then as you go to cash in, you'll be cashing in more and more. Also, there's this little boat track on the top of the game where you can move a boat around and do a bunch of cool stuff, drop houses, that kind of thing. I don't know. This is the best Great Western Trail that exists. Definitely worth your pickup. That's my number 2.
Yeah,
Great
everybody
Western
loves
Trail,
this one.
New Zealand. Yeah.
Awesome pick. Very awesome pick.
Jeffrey, number 2.
Okay, so my number 2, you may find it a little bit familiar, but it is Earth. So this has probably become my favorite engine builder, and it just edged out Distilled. Distilled is really, really good, but this one, I love the fact that there's no downtime in this. It's so much fun. Whenever anybody chooses an ability, it just goes around the table. It activates your engine. There's so many things that you're doing. You're constantly getting dopamine hits for stuff going off. And John already said a lot about it. I love that you can build up your trees. I love getting the, I think it's the Sequoia, and it goes up like 10 pieces. So it's standing, standing above the board like this high and everything. It's so much fun.
Looking like the Leaning Tower of Pisa.
Oh yeah, it's always
the
leaning.
pieces aren't perfect.
And it gets knocked over constantly. But we've had a ton of fun with this. I think everybody who's tried it out has loved it. Yeah, it's just a great game. So it's beautiful. The artwork, the theme is just awesome. And yeah, so Earth, my number 2.
Well done, Jeff. So we are down to what is inarguably, in our opinion, the best board game of 2023.
Yeah, pretty much.
You are first on this list, Jeff. So with that, close out our 2023. What's your best game?
Okay, so my best game of 2023 had to be Apiary. Apiary is a great game, another one from Stonemaier. I'm not trying to play favorites or anything like that, but I love worker placement, and I love how they did the bees in this, and how you put them out, they get more powerful, they evolve as they go, and then once they retire, they score you extra points. You're building up your ship, you're expanding your ship, you're exploring around the galaxy, and it's just so much fun. It's so well designed. It's probably the best worker placement game that I've played this year, I would say, at least for all the new ones. And it's so good. I know you had a good time with this as well.
Yeah, I like Apiary.
Yeah, Apiary is a lot of fun. So
yeah, if this was a top 10, Apiary would be on my list for sure.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, out of all the new ones that I've played this year, and there's some games that you've played that I haven't, so I couldn't put them on my list, obviously, because I haven't played them yet. We'll be getting to those shortly. We have a bit of a backlog. But anyways, yeah, APR, fantastic game. It's my number 1. If you haven't gotten a chance to play this, absolutely give it a shot. Artwork also is just fantastic. So yeah, so that's my number 1.
Good pick, Jeffrey.
Thank you, sir. All right. So your number one. This is a good game that almost made my list as well.
Yeah.
Go ahead. You love this thing.
Yeah, my number one is a game of galactic proportion.
Yes, it is.
It is very purple. It is a 4X Euro game, very deterministic. The setup's a bit of a pain in the butt, but otherwise it is just one of the best games I've ever played. It is. I sold Twilight Imperium because I love this game so much, and that is Voidfall.
Voidfall. Great game.
Now, to be clear on that comment, it is not really anything like Twilight Imperium.
No,
Twilight
it's not.
Imperium
No.
is a much more political back and forth and negotiation between players. But someone in my group already has that game, and this game just does a very similar. It scratches a similar itch in a much shorter amount of time.
Yeah, it does.
It plays in a fairly reasonable. It's like 2 to 4 hours depending how many players you're playing at. I think you get it down to 3.5. We are going to have a review coming on this game. I do think this is probably one of the most misunderstood board games thus far. I think that as far as the rules are concerned, the rule books are really heavy and daunting, but the game itself is actually super straightforward to teach, and then you can get rolling pretty quick. I think by midway through the first age, because this game plays over 3 eras or ages, everyone kind of knows what's going on.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah,
definitely.
I love Voidfall. Thank you, Mind Clash Games. They didn't send this to us. I bought it, and I'm still going to thank them because the game is so awesome.
I really enjoyed this one as well. Yeah.
My game in 2023, no doubt.
100%.
So, with that's our lists. If you agree with us, comment below. If you think we're stupid, also comment below. If you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Again, I apologize for my my vocal issues. I coming off a respiratory infection, but I appreciate you watching.
Yeah.
Jeffrey, anything to close out?
I don't know. There were tons and tons of really good games that came out this year. A lot that we still need to play, like you said at the beginning of the video. But yeah, just a fantastic year of games, and just being on YouTube for the first year has been amazing. Thank you all so much for the support, especially the subscribers. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It really helps us out.
Really helps us.
But yeah, it's just been awesome doing this whole project and everything over the last 9 months or so?
No, like
that?
6.
6?
Yeah,
oh,
6
has it only
months.
been 6 months? Jeez.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been amazing. It's been awesome doing this with you. And again, thank you to everybody. It's been great bringing this hobby to another project and everything.
Yeah, our next video will catch you in the new year, and I think it's going to be our top 10 games of all time.
Ooh, that's going to be really exciting.
Stick around. We'll be posting that next. We appreciate you guys. Enjoy your holidays. We hope you had a great Christmas or holiday break. Have a happy new year, and we'll see you next year.
Absolutely. See you guys.
I'm John.
I'm Jeff.
And you are watching Chits and Cardboard. Signing out.